You know, guys, it's weird, right? It's weird how quickly things changed. I mean, today is July 16th, and about a month and a half, 2 months ago, I was 1,000 miles away, living my life in Michigan, and having a lot of stuff going down. Trying to plan all of this and financially preparing myself and emotionally preparing myself and just kind of being in a funk, okay? I'm not able to work on certain things, not able to produce the content I want to make, not able to interact with everybody at the degree that I would like to, not able to just have the freedom to watch the new season of Supernatural, not being able to just sit down for a few hours and draw without feeling like the world is still, without feeling like I'm being left behind by something that something else more important. It's weird because despite all of that, I'm here, and the time for adjustment was nothing. In the past, I used to get sickly anxious over the smallest things. I would get anxious if I had to go to work every day. I would get super anxious because I had to go to work. I would get super anxious if I was going to be spending most of the day hanging out at a friend's house, or going with Jake to go play airsoft or something. I would be incredibly anxious. I'd be excited but anxious. And not to say that I wasn't anxious coming out here, it's quite the contrary. But now that I'm here, it was just kind of like anxiety, nothing. I got here and everything just kind of felt meh. You think it would take time for me to I'm not in Owasso, Michigan. By the way, that's where I lived. I was in Owasso, Michigan. I'm not in Owasso, Michigan anymore. I'm 1,000 miles away back in New Hampshire. I can drive 25 minutes and go see my parents. I can go hang out with my baby sister. I can go hang out with my buddy Sean. I get to go into work and see all my friends again. I've been there for 9 years of my life. The restaurant, I'm just back to normal. Hey guys, what's up? And you would think that this would be a huge emotional, just every day is just living nostalgia. Every day is just a new bubbling joy that I forgot about or something. And I did have that for a short time, but you'd be surprised at how quickly that faded and just how quickly I returned to the state of mind that I was in before I left. It honestly feels like I never left, as weird as that sounds. I know I lived in Michigan for about 18 months, almost 2 years. I was living out there, and a lot happened. I mean, a lot happened in Michigan. When I look back on it, it's like I never live streamed until then. I got great internet. I was able to, I was able to have an upload schedule and make more videos, play online better, and watch stuff in high definition. I was able to actually stream content to myself through Netflix and stuff. I met a lot of people. I went through all the trials and tribulation of getting a new job twice, which was terrifying. I went through the experience of being fired and having to kind of cope with that and being in such a financial low point, to the point where I thought I was going to have to sell everything I owned just to pay rent. I was at that point, me and Sam both were, but looking back on all of that stuff, and it's kind of just like a faded memory. It's like, it feels like, all that stuff that happened, with Sam and with everything I just mentioned and more, all that forged me. It kind of remolded me. When I moved out to Michigan, before I went to Michigan, I was hardened clay. I was just this is me. I went into the fucking burner, and this is the finished project of my 8th grade, clay project. This is me. I'm done, and I'm terrible, and I'm cracked, and I was burnt, and just kind of living. And then when I went out there, it kind of softened me. I became a little bit more malleable, and I became easier to coax into things, and I just kind of expanded myself. I swelled, and that loosened it, and that kind of filled those cracks a little bit, and then it was reforging me into who I am now, which is, in my opinion, a much better person. I'm way different than I used to be. Literally watching old videos, even videos just from a year ago when I was out in Michigan, like when I first got there, I don't even like recognize myself. Like, I know that was me, and I know exactly what I'm saying, and I have a lot of the same opinions, but I just, looking back in videos, I just like don't recognize myself. I'm entirely different, but I'm also exactly the same. It's weird because it feels like I've always been this way. It feels like I've been here for 10 years instead of 2 months. It feels like this has always been my life, and I never had to endure the bad internet, or not having my PC, or not having Sam, or being at my work and stuck in that rut. It feels like none of that really happened, but at the same time, I know it all happened, and it feels like it did, but I'm kind of stuck in this like nihilistic state of just going with it. I don't know. It's so strange. I can't really describe it accurately because it feels like this has always been me, but this is a completely different version of me than I have ever been before. I'm much stronger emotionally. I can handle my anxiety and my fears and my depression a lot better now than I used to. I can actually interact with people. I mean, I can my humor, I mean, I laugh way more than I used to, and I still stress about a lot of stuff, you know, like tomorrow's Tuesday, I have a tattoo appointment. I'm getting tattoos tomorrow, and I'm actually, like, I was thinking about it earlier, like, it's been about 3 years, calm down, Domino, it's been about 3 years since I've gotten a tattoo, and I can feel that stress starting to build again. I can feel it in my chest, just like a softball in my core, just right here. I can feel that, and it's hard to breathe. I can feel like swelling behind my eyes of just the anticipation of, I know I have to endure the pain. I know I have to endure like the week of healing after, and I know that it's permanent, and I know I have to pay for it, and I know I have to deal with it at work. And I'm still feeling all that stuff. I'm actually feeling that a lot more than I used to. That's the most anxiety I felt in a long time, and I think that's a good thing. It's good to be anxious, but it's not good to let anxiety rule you, and that's kind of what I've learned, even though it's a lot easier said than done. I don't know, guys. I don't really know what point this video is. It's just weird, okay? And I'm just kind of talking because I'm writing right now, and I'm going through all this stuff, and I have today, tomorrow, and then by Wednesday night to get this done. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it done. I might have to extend the deadline for like another week, and I really don't want to do that, but it's a possibility. But the thing is, I've been writing for about 6.5 hours now straight. Not straight, probably about 4.5 hours today. Then some travel time between driving to the library and stuff. So about 4.5 hours I've been writing today. Same yesterday, same the day before, and almost every day before that's been about 3 hours of writing. It has been taking its toll on me mentally. I'm tired. I have been sleeping in because I'm so exhausted, because writing takes a lot out of you. It really, really does. And just the stress of, I'm not going to be able to make it. I'm trying, and I will do my best, and by tomorrow night I'll know if I'll make it or not, but I'm doing this as a distraction right now, trying to reset myself a little bit because I've been working hard at that. So it's just, that's what's on my mind right now, guys. That's kind of my current distraction, is things are weird. It's just so crazy how I can take such a turn in who I am, but at the same time be the exact same person I always have been and I've known myself to be. But it's like, I think I kind of recognized it when I was going back and looking at old cooking videos, and I could see who I was before, when I didn't know Sam, when I didn't interact with people as much, and I was just kind of like, it was really just me 80% of the day, and just how, I don't know, I liked myself back then too. I did. I liked that, and I'd like to return to that in some fashion, but just like, and then seeing myself interacting with Sam and having her living with me, and how unabashedly happy I was and everything. I'm still happy, of course, but things simmer. It was just like that blind happiness. And then after that, living in Michigan with the stress, and then how it beat me down a bit, and I started to become a bit more reserved again because I was getting depressed and scared, and then back to happy with all my social stuff and you guys, and then back to scared with all the money stuff, and then now I'm here again and I'm happy, but it's just so surreal that all of that stuff has happened. Everything has happened, and this is where I am now. And it really makes me think, if all of that, so much happened in 18 months, what does that mean for the next 18 or the next 32? 36, that's double. 36 is double 32. The next 18, the next 36, you know, what's going to happen in the next couple of years if all of that happened in 18 months? I have no idea. But it's weird.